thank you once again for joining me on another Mentalism Monday. Today is more of a talk about mentalism, and there's a couple of tricks that I filmed the other day because I had a bit of feedback from my Facebook page. I was going to put some tricks that I've never put up before on a video. So what we're going to do is we're going to see them, one of which was inspired by one of my heroes, Derren Brown, as I've got his cards recently from another great magician who run a competition, my friend Sylar. Go check him out. The link will be down below. I won a beautiful pack of Derren Brown playing cards, so I thought I'd do something in homage to him with the cards, which is, I believe, called Samuel's Rose, which is from his Pure Effect book, maybe, or something. And secondly is something that I've been playing about with, just with an idea of using false deals for a colour changey sort of deck effect. And the thing that you saw at the beginning was just my messing about with a blank card, something that I call blank, which is just a little thing that I'm working on using a single gimmick card. So without further ado, this is Samuel's Rose by Derren Brown, performed by me. Not brilliantly, but I was messing about with the missus and thought I'd film it for you. Enjoy. Derren Brown. He saw what we... I thought I'd do something a little bit special, a little bit of a homage to Derren Brown, if you'd like to see that.
Yes.
I first found this in one of his early videos. I'll tell you the story, I'll perform it as he's done. Obviously the trick doesn't actually apply to me, unfortunately, the little story. I know you like your stories. But it's about how he got into magic. When he was young, he saw what we probably, it's a little bit cheesy nowadays, but the producing a rose for a lady. He saw a street performer do that, and he said that he wanted to do that. And he found out you pull it from your sleeve, voila! And you thought I was going to do one, didn't you? And a rose. But from what he was saying, he cocked it all up, and all the thorns cut his arms, and the petals went everywhere. He was trying to impress a girl at his school, and he sort of went off and hid in the changing rooms and probably cried, Derren. But at the end of the day, she came up and she gave him the petals that she picked up and gave him a kiss. Which I suppose doesn't really matter now that we know Derren probably didn't really do anything for him. But without further ado, would you like to help me with a trick?
Yep.
Amarillo? Do you want to pick a card? Anyone? Let me see it. Show the camera though, of course. Yeah, you got it?
Yep.
Can you say stop? There, put the card back in there. Perfect. Now, bearing in mind Derren only had the imagination of a child. At this point, he was only 7 or 8 or whatever. Look, watch. See that? Deck go. And back. Oh, magic, right? I don't think that was your card, was it? The 10 of clubs. Okay, not that one. How about that one? No? This one? How about that one? Was it red?
Yeah.
Was it a diamond?
Yes.
Was it the Ace of Diamonds?
It was.
Can I get a kiss now? So yeah, the premise is quite nice. Obviously, it's his own story, and it kind of revolves around that story. So I might use some of the moves in my own thing. Just a little quick note: if you're liking how my beard's looking, head over to a brand called No Fucks Given. They do really great beard oils, which I've been lucky enough to test out, and a really nice beard butter as well, which is beautiful, real cocoa buttery, which is nice, keeps your beard looking fresh. That's if you have a beard, of course. So this next little bit is my showy offy dealy stuff. Enjoy. Not doing anything particularly special really, but yeah. So I felt like filming for use. So little topic today with the Mentalism Monday is going to be naked mentalism. I've been rereading the brilliant books by John Thompson. If you're familiar with them, it's the whole idea of actual legitimate naked mentalism, so you can perform in your birthday suit, so to speak. There's 3 of them that I know of. A little close up on my face. This is the first one, it's because it's to hand. I have performed it a few times. The premise of this one is a over the phone book test. You can do it face to face, but you could do it over the phone if you want, or by email, however you wanted. Really, it's brilliant. I wanted to talk about actual naked mentalism versus sort of not so much naked mentalism. So yeah, here's my thoughts. Right, personally for me, I consider naked mentalism anything that doesn't need a prop, so to speak. So for me, something like a business card or a pen, something that you can borrow. I don't really think that is necessarily necessarily propless. Sorry. In the same respect, if I was to grab a book and do something with a book, I think it's all kind of got to be put in context. Really, if you think about using a deck of playing cards, away from it being a deck, it's 52 or 54 even. I mean, this one here, as you can see, has got a blank card on it, so it's even more. So that's just, you could have that if you take it out of context of it being a pack of cards, and even if you're using sleight of hand, if you put it so you make it look as if it has nothing really to do with the cards, they're just a million objects. I still personally believe that's propless. What propped mentalism is things such as your bit books, your coin vexts, all the sort of stuff, that props that allow you to do the trick. Don't get me wrong, one of my favourite effects is the bit book. It's one of the very few props I use in mentalism, along with my own favourite way of bending coins. I'm not a fan of impression pads. Don't get me wrong, you can do absolute miracles with them, but you have things like the one ahead principle, which if you take it away from what it is as a little sort of beginner's mentalism trick, I suppose, you can turn it into something really big. I've used it at the end of stage shows. Using the one ahead principle is invaluable, and that again is kind of propless. So what I'm saying is, it's the same as with magic, really. You're gonna buy a one maybe 3 or 4 trick pony. If you're really going to buy anything, I would personally recommend that you go out and buy yourself a decent wallet. Go and get yourself a stealth assassin or something along those lines. The same as I recommend if you wanted to get into card magic, it would probably be something along the lines of the classic books and a decent pack of cards and time. So yeah, I was just thinking, really, what is naked mentalism? And for me, if I can borrow the objects, for me it's naked enough. I think going any further than that is trying to reach a realm which may or may not really work. I'm a gigging magician, so I like my stuff to be able to hit at least 80% of the time. You've got people out there who I look up to and admire greatly, and they have massive success with their work. But for me, it doesn't. The payoff sometimes isn't big enough, and for what you actually get from the spectator's point of view, it's not really that dissimilar. So with a spectator in mind, I just wanted to demonstrate what I'm saying about sort of props and propless mentalism. There's a lot of ways that you can, without doing any writing or anything, but there might be a bit of fishing, a little bit of sort of cold or hot reading involved. You could get like a spectator's date of birth, things like not necessarily something easy, their star sign, let's go with, or something that they're thinking of out of a few things. With that, as I say, I'm going to use the one ahead principle as a sort of as a point of reference. So let's say, for argument's sake, you're familiar with a magician's choice way of forcing an object. You could sort of do something along those lines and get their date of birth and their start. You could do as many things as you want. You could finish on 2. You could have it so that with a little bit of thought. If you're gonna write the things down. At the end of the day, this is what I do for a living, so I'll always have my business cards on me. 9 times out of 10, I'll have a pen. So for me to use the back of one of my business cards, which I leave intentionally pretty much blank, which is a great bit of advice for mentors out there. I know some people that have like the thing there, so you can do centre tears with your business card. I'll be honest with you, that's one thing in mentalism that leaves me very, 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 I don't know, a bit of a sour taste in my life, is this whole centre tear rubbish. I've yet to see the justification really for them to write something down for you to do the centre tear. It's not a bit of me. This whole writing in a circle thing doesn't. It's a bit shite, really, isn't it? So yeah, I'd avoid doing that thing, because you probably won't use centre tears once you realise the power of learning 13 steps basically from start to finish, and then going out on your own and look at that, all that. Going out and actually experimenting with stuff. You know, I've had hits with stuff. You know, you got these sort of psychological forces of to think of a bright, just think of a card, make it really bright and vivid, and the little number at the top, and just try and imagine it, and you go boom, 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 the things down it, and you know, forcing things like the 3 of diamonds on people like in that way. Again, that's not my idea whatsoever. I think it's Derren, probably expanding on banner check maybe. I don't know. You know, I'm not the most historically knowledgeable, geeky sort of magician, but if anyone does know, please put it down where the whole idea of that came from. Yeah, that's just my little thoughts really. Sorry to ramble on, but if you're doing mentalism, stop buying props. If you're doing magic, stop buying props. Learn what you're supposed to be doing, because you'll come unstuck sooner rather than later. When I first started out, I went out and bought impression pads and this and that, and a peak devices and this and that, and indexes and this. I was walking about and I didn't perform any of it. I was too scared to perform any of it because it's just so hokey. You know, good acting skills is what you're going to need. If you're going to be apparently reading someone's mind or whatever, you're going to need to look like you're doing a part. Don't go all the way over the top, but make it look like you're doing what you're saying. If your character as a magician does that, or as a mentalist, I suppose. Yeah, that was just a few thoughts on that. So yeah. Right guys, sorry about this one. It was a bit of a ramble on about my thoughts on mentalism, propolis of naked and whatnot. But I hope that you took some valid points if you are learning. If you are a bit more experienced, I hope if you disagree or you agree, let me know in the comments down below. As always, I will ask you, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. You know, it means the world. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos, because I do put some YouTube only videos. So if you've come here from Facebook, then I would definitely look at subscribing, because I don't post everything. If you're only here for YouTube, go check out my Facebook, because again I post some Facebook only content. Up there for thinking, down there for dealing. Guys, I hope to see you in the next one, which will be out on Wednesday. Peace and love. See you later.